And hello, everyone, and welcome to Holcomb Stadium in Mesa, Arizona. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network, and it's play-by-play coverage in the 2015 Cactus Classic. And we are underway in an upper-class division pool game, and it features the Rocky Mountain 14ers and Nutty Buddy Select. And we are underway here in the top of the first inning. Caleb Hansen leading off for Rocky Mountain, and he starts at second base for the 14ers today. Each team comes in at 2-0, so the winner of this game will win Pool E and will for sure qualify for the elimination bracket play to try to advance to the championship game that'll be held here tomorrow night. A ball and 2 strikes now the count in the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball that misses just off the plate, and the count goes to 2-2. Alex Roth is the starting pitcher for Nutty Buddy as he gets the nod here in game number 3. He's to the wind in his 2-2 pitch. A check swing and a foul ball first base side as it goes out of play. And we stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So again, it's Hansen leading off for the Rocky Mountain 14ers, starting at second base. Brady McGahee will bat second and play center field. Kyle Duran's in the third spot, playing left. Then Zane Phelps, the catcher, hits fourth. A swing and a foul ball goes straight back. Nick Norton in the lineup as a designated hitter. Caden Henderson also as an extra hitter. He's batting 6th. Number 7 hitter is the shortstop, Anthony Chambly. Noah Lautherback is the first baseman, and he bats 8th. The number 9 hitter, Justin Lotz, as the count runs full at 3-2. Then Tate Hadinger and Dalton Chandler round out the order for the 14ers. Out of southwest Colorado, a lot of different towns represented on their roster. And a 3-2 is a swing and a miss. Hansen strikes out. It does take 8 pitches, though, so that's one of the responsibilities of a leadoff hitter, is to get several looks at the starter, and he does that by taking him to 8 pitches, but ultimately the strikeout. And Hansen the first out of the inning. Now it's Brody McGahee. And a fastball over the outside corner for a strike. The wind of the 1-strike pitch. Breaking ball inside. Just missed him, and the count is 1-1. So I mentioned Alex Roth, the starter for Nutty Buddy Select. Prescott Horn is the catcher. A fastball a little bit low, 2-1. Reese D plays first base for Nutty Buddy. Riley Miller is at second. Mitch Sullivan is shortstop. Braxton Bilbrey at third base. And that ball lifted into right center field. Going to be a long run over there, and a sliding catch made by the right fielder. And that's Pete Kelly out there in right. We didn't quite get to the outfielders, but it's Kelly that's in right field, Nick Hamilton in center field, and Rudy Mueller-Schrader is in left. So 2 up and 2 down for Kyle Duran, the left fielder. First pitch over the inside corner for a strike. This game gets started 49 minutes late. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. We were scheduled to start at 5:15. First pitch came across at 6:04. The 2-strike pitch. Fastball high, and it's 1-2. Game started late, but not through any fault of either of these teams. The game prior was scheduled to start at 3 and didn't get started till about 3:30. There's a ground ball over on the left side, scooped up by Bilbrey. He'll set his feet and throw to D at first base, and Duran is retired. It's a 3-up, 3-down top of the first inning for the Rocky Mountain 14ers after having a play. 14ers nothing, and Nutty Buddy coming up. And we go to the bottom of the first inning, and Mitch Sullivan leads off for Nutty Buddy and takes a strike of the outside corner. The 0-1 pitch. On the inside corner, moves his feet back a little bit, but it's on the corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. Dalton Chandler, the starter for the 14ers. And the 0-2. Went back to the same spot, but missed in a bit, and the count is 1-2. Following Sullivan in the order for Nutty Buddy select, Nick Hamilton will bat second and play center field. Gabe Castillo in the lineup as an extra hitter. The 1-2 pitch rolled on the ground over to the right side, and that gets past the second baseman into right field. Looked as though that was a playable ground ball over there, but not able to haul it in, and so Sullivan aboard at first base. Now Nick Hamilton in and ready. And the first pitch fouled off at the plate. So again, it's Sullivan, Hamilton, Castillo, the top third of the order. Then Rudy Mueller-Schrader will bat fourth, Reese D fifth, Braxton Bilbrey, the third baseman, bats sixth, Alex Roth, the starting pitcher, is seventh, Pete Kelly eighth, Riley Miller bats ninth, Prescott Horn is 10th. The 1-strike pitch hit back up the middle, slow roller. They get the out at second base. There will not be a throw on to first. So Sullivan 4-6-4 for the first out of the inning. Hamilton aboard on the fielder's choice, and the batter will be Gabe Castillo. Set the defense for the 14ers, at least here in the bottom of the first inning. Kyle Duran in left field, Brody McGahee in center, and Tate Hadinger in right field. First one to Castillo. That's a line drive into right center field for a base hit. Runner will stop at second base, but it's a single for Castillo. And now two aboard with one out for Mueller-Schrader. The infield then for the 14ers, Lotz at third, Chamblee at short, Hinton at second, Lautherbeck at first, and Phelps catching Dalton Chandler. First one to Mueller-Schrader, up and in for a ball. First and second with one out, just getting going, bottom of the first inning. From Holcomb Stadium in Mesa, it's the spring training home of the Oakland Athletics. And the pitch misses up and in for ball two, 2-0. Athletics just recently finished their first spring training here at Holcomb, or at least their first in a number of years. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. For the last 30 or 40 years, Holcomb Stadium had been the spring training home of the Chicago Cubs. But they got a new stadium just a couple of miles away from here. The Athletics, who had been at Phoenix Municipal Stadium, moved to Holcomb after a year of renovations. Slow tapper, third base side, scooped up in foul territory. And so that'll bring Mueller-Schrader back with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Hamilton back to second, Castillo back to first. I mentioned that this game got started late, and again, it wasn't anything to do with either of these two teams. There was a game scheduled for 3 o'clock. One of the participating teams had a game that ran a little bit long over at Fitch Park, which is the minor league complex for the Athletics, just a few blocks south of here. There's a high fly ball hit into shallow left field. Coming in is Duncan. Chambly going out. They collide. The ball's down. And the throw comes plateward. And everybody's safe. And now I want to make sure everybody's okay on the play. You can tell when that ball came off the bat it was going to be trouble. Duran did everything he could coming in. Chambly the same going out. And they could not bring it in. So Hamilton had to stop at third. Of course, he wanted to make sure and had to make sure that the ball was not going to be caught. So he could only advance to third. Castillo at second, and Mueller-Schrader aboard with a base hit at first. Reese D-bats with the bases loaded and one out. First one low and away, 4-1. Nutty Buddy 2-0 in pool play. They beat the Scorpions 6-4, and they beat 5-2-0 by a score of 3-2. The set, the 1-0 pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Same opponents for the Rocky Mountain 14ers. And same results, a couple of wins. They beat 5-2-0 by a score of 3-0, and then beat the Scorpions 3-2. Here's the set and the 1-1 pitch. And that's a fly ball hit into center field. McGahee over, under it, sets his feet. Runners from second and third will tag. The throw comes in, misses the cutoff man, and that will give Nutty Buddy an extra base. Scoring on the play is Nick Hamilton. It's a sac fly off the bat of D. So he gets the RBI. Nutty Buddy Select leads 1-0 now in the bottom of the first inning. Castillo also able to move up, and then as the throw missed the cutoff man, Mueller-Schrader got a good read there and got himself in a scoring position at second base. So now second and third with 2 outs, but a run in for Nutty Buddy Select. To the batter is Braxton Bilbrey. And the first pitch on the inside corner for strike one. We'll be back here tomorrow at Holcomb Stadium for 3 in a row. All 3 divisional championship games, starting at 3 o'clock with the Futures Division Championship game. 5:15 the Underclass, and then 7:30 the Upper Division, the Upperclass rather, Championship game. Now a ball and a strike on Bilbrey. 1-0 Nutty Buddy, bottom of the first inning. And the 1-1 is a fastball just off the plate outside, 2-1. Bright blue sky, high temperature again, or a hot, warm temperatures in the right around 110, I guess, for the high today. As that breaking ball is on the corner for a strike, and it's 2-2. Nice thing, at least from a fan standpoint, a lot of shade because of the extra covering here at the stadium, as it's low and away, and it's 3-2. Bilbrey trying to put the ball in play and maybe try to bring home a couple of runs here with a base hit. Here comes a 3-2. Nearly hit him, and instead it is a called third strike. So Chandler able to get to near the inside corner. They get the strikeout and get out of further trouble, as it is Nutty Buddy Select scores a run in the first inning on a couple of base hits, 1 error, and they leave 2. After 1 inning of play, Nutty Buddy Select 1 and the 14ers nothing. Zane Phelps, the leadoff hitter for Rocky Mountain in the top of the second inning as he takes a strike. And now the 0-1 pitch. Fouled out of play on the first base side, and it's 0-2. Phelps followed in the order by Norton and Henderson here in the second. And a swing and a miss, and Phelps is out on strikes. First out of the inning, second strikeout for Alex Roth. And Nick Norton steps in. Norton going after the first one, knocks it foul down the third base side and well out of play. And another strike there on a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Yeah, that pitch over the outside corner, a called third strike. Back-to-back strikeouts in the inning, and the batter is Caden Henderson. First one low and away for a ball. 1-0 our score as we play in the top of the second inning. Nutty Buddy Select got a run in the bottom of the first on a sac fly from Reese D. The 1-0 pitch. That went close but called the ball, and it's 2-0. Now 3-0 to Henderson with Anthony Chambly next. And a pitch on the inside corner, a strike, 3-1 the count. 5 in a row retired by Alex Roth. Got into a hole here, 3-0, now trying to find his way back. And the 3-1 pitch. And he missed wide for ball 4. So Henderson, the first base runner of the ball game for the 14ers. He's on at first with 2 away. Anthony Chambly, the shortstop, in and ready. And he takes that's on the inside corner for a strike. And the next one foul to the netting, and it's 0-2. Roth sets, and the 2-strike pitch is a fastball high. Maybe trying to stretch out the strike zone and get Chambly to chase something up and out. The 1-2. Tardy on the swing there, and it's fouled off over the 14ers dugout on the first base side. Another 1-2, that's at the knees, a called third strike, and so Roth gives up a 2-out walk but strikes out the side. He's now got 4 strikeouts through 2 innings, and after an inning and a half, still 1-0 Nutty Buddy. Seven, 8, and 9 in the order for Nutty Buddy Select in the Second inning, and going after the first pitch, Alex Roth with a sharp single into left field. Matt Lund is on as a courtesy runner at first base for the pitcher. And now here's Pete Kelly. And Kelly takes a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 pitch. Low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Again, the winner of this one will win Pool E in the Upperclass division. Now the 1-1. Fastball inside, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, soft line drive, just over the head of the shortstop Chambly. Got the glove up, but could not bring it in. And it's back-to-back base hits to begin the second inning for Nutty Buddy. Now Riley Miller in. And Chandler steps off. Nutty Buddy leads 1-0, hitting in the bottom of the second. And the first pitch, a ground ball, knocked down, flipped to second for an out, on to first base, throw high, and that'll get it into the dugout. That'll bring a run in and send Miller to second base. So we give Miller a fielder's choice. As Kelly is forced 4-6. And then Roth scores and Miller goes to second on an E6. So 1 on, 1 out, 1 in for Nutty Buddy select in the bottom of the second. They lead 2-0. And the batter is Prescott Horn. And Horn with a ground ball. Nice backhand play by Lutz. He'll throw it across in time. Back across the diamond. Not in time. Nice pickup over at third, though, and then Lutz able to fire it across to retire Horn. 5-3 on the ground out. Miller able to advance 90 feet as he goes from second to third. Now it's the top of the order for Mitch Sullivan. Sullivan going after the first one, hits it down the left field side, but that's foul. Sullivan reached on an error back in the first. Two outs with a runner at third base. Nutty Buddy has doubled their lead. Up now 2-0. The 1-strike pitch. That's fouled off and into the seats. And the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Retires Sullivan, but Nutty Buddy adds a run in the second inning. They do it on a couple of hits, one error, and they leave one. After 2 innings of play, it's now Nutty Buddy 2 and Rocky Mountain nothing. Noah Latherback, the leadoff hitter for the Rocky Mountain 14ers in the top of the third. Fouled the first one out of play. And the next one misses, and it's 1-1. And a ground ball back up the middle, and that's through and into center field. First base hit of the ball game for the 14ers belongs to Noah Latherback, and he's aboard at first. And the batter is Justin Lutz. First one to Lutz over for a strike. And the next pitch misses for a ball, and it's 1-1. Sent from Roth, the 1-1 pitch. That's over at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-2. Short lead over at first, the 1-2 pitch. Waved that and missed, and Lutz strikes out. First out in the 14ers' third inning. Strikeout number 5 for Alex Roth. And the batter is Tate Haydinger. First one bounced in there. Runner's going to take off, throw to second base, and still able to get him out there at second. So Latherback is thrown out. 2 away in the inning. Haydinger will try to get it started on his own. Deep breath from Roth. The next one on the way. That's outside for a ball. And a pitch on the inside corner, a strike, and it's 3-1. That one looked pretty good. Called the ball, though, and Haydinger has a walk. Second free pass given up by Alex Roth. And now we'll face the last hitter in the Rocky Mountain order, Delton Chandler, the pitcher. I guess Chandler is not going to hit. Instead, it's back to the top of the order for Caleb Hansen. First one of Hansen lowered away for a ball. Turn and throw to first and the runner back. Runner at first and 2 away, top of the third inning. Rocky Mountain 14ers trailing Nutty Buddy Select 2-0. And the next pitch is low and it's 2-0. Pitch over for a strike. Went back and looked again at the lineup card, and you know, sometimes we just write it down from a lineup card that's on the wall or something like that, but got a copy of the lineup that the 14ers wrote down, and they list 11 hitters. They do have a designated hitter, but Chandler listed in the lineup as the number 11 hitter. And that's going to miss for a ball. So Hansen walks. Base hit start of the inning. Runner was thrown out trying to advance on a ball in the dirt. That was after a strikeout. So then 2 away in the inning. Now back-to-back walks. And the batter is Brody McGahee. And so it's possible, you know, we don't have really much of a connection with anything going on down on the field. It's just about the whatever observation we make from up here in the press box. And so it's possible they decided not to hit 11. As the first one of McGahee misses for a ball. And it's also possible that you know, it was meant for Chandler to be hit for by the designated hitter. Typically, then they'll put brackets or something on the lineup card to indicate that. There's a ball right back to Roth, a soft line drive. He was able to adjust and get the glove up and make the catch, and that ends the 14ers' third inning. No runs, a hit, a couple of walks, and 2 runners left on base after 2.5. 14ers down 2-0. First pitch, slow ground ball over to third, picked up there on to first base, and that's in time. 1 pitch and 1 out in the bottom of the third as Nick Hamilton grounds out. Lutz made a nice play to pick that one up and then get the throw across to first base. One down for Gabe Castillo at a base hit his first time up. And a ground ball over to the right side. Hansen there sets, throws to first in time. 2 away. And 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Rudy Mueller-Schrader, who had a base hit his first time up, will bat. And would expect he'll take a pitch or 2. He goes after the first one and will deliver a base hit and more on a ball into left center field. Typically not going to see the third hitter go up and swing at that first pitch. But he's able to get it between the infielders on the left side, and then Duran, the left fielder, dove to keep that ball from getting by him. And he didn't get it clean. It deflected away from him, and it'll be a double for Mueller-Schrader. He's in scoring position with 2 outs for Reese D. First pitch breaking ball over the outside corner for a strike. D knocked in a run in the first inning on a sacrifice fly to center field. They'll look back to second and the 0-1. That's bounced in. That'll go to the backstop. And Mueller-Schrader will move up a base. The 1-strike pitch. Just off the plate, and it's 1-1. Check the runner over at third base, and the 1-1 pitch. Popped up, but back foul and out of play. Now the set and the 1-2 pitch. And that's driven into right center field. That'll get down for a base hit, and that'll bring in a run. So Reese D knocks in his second run of the day. An RBI single scores Mueller-Schrader. It's 3-0 Nutty Buddy Select, and the batter is Braxton Bilbrey. First pitch misses for a ball to Bilbrey. Was called out on strikes in the first. The 1-0 pitch. Hit into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Hitting her over and able to cut it off to keep that from going to the track. And that'll put runners at the corners as D goes from first to third. Bilbrey with a single. That's 3 straight base hits now for Nutty Buddy Select after 2 ground ball outs on 2 pitches. Start of the inning. Alex Roth, who had a base hit his first time up, he'll bat with an opportunity to add to the run total with a couple of men on. That first pitch fastball misses outside, all the way into the left-hand hitter's batter's box. The 1-0. It's up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. 3-0 our score. Nutty Buddy Select with single runs now in each of the first 3 innings. The 2-0 pitch. Runner from first goes. Pitch a strike. Throw is cut off in the infield, and D stays put over at third base, so Bilbrey with a steal moves into scoring position. Set from Chandler, the 2-1. A breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 2-2. And a swing and a miss, and Roth is down on strikes, and that ends the bottom of the third inning. Anybody adds another run, though, and after 3 they lead 3-0. Kyle Duran, the leadoff hitter for the Rocky Mountain 14ers in the top of the fourth. 3, 4, and 5 in their order. Zane Phelps, Nick Norton to follow. Pitch for a strike, and it's 1-1. That one comes in and hits Duran, and he's a leadoff base runner in the fourth inning. Now Zane Phelps, who struck out his first time up, trying to move that runner around. And a pitch over to Phelps for a strike, and it's 0-1. They're going to turn and throw it to first, and they'll call him out over there at first base. Runner spun the wheels a little bit, trying to get back over there. Stretched out the lead some, and Duran is picked off. Next one to Phelps, a ball, and it's 1-1. One out, base is empty, top of the fourth. 14ers down 3-0. Swing and a miss. Now 3-2. And a foul tip into the glove. Phelps is out number 2, and that is strikeout number 6 for Alex Roth. The ball hit to back up the middle, fielded behind the bag at second, on to first base, and the throw pulls D off the bag. That'll be an infield single for Nick Norton. So Norton aboard at first with 2 outs in the inning. Caden Henderson, who walked his first time up, will get a turn. First one fouled straight back to the netting for strike one. Pitch up and in for a ball, 1-1. Swing and a miss, pitch up out of the strike zone. One and two on Henderson, trying to extend the inning. And he'll ring him up on a breaking ball over the inside corner, and that ends the fourth inning. No runs, a hit, and one left. Midpoint of the ball game, 3-0 Nutty Buddy. Underway in the bottom of the fourth inning. Bottom three in the order for Nutty Buddy Select as Pete Kelly takes outside for ball one. Riley Miller, Prescott Horn scheduled to follow Kelly in the Nutty Buddy fourth inning. And a fly ball hit pretty well out to center field, but that's playable out there and put away for out number one. Brings up Riley Miller. And Miller going after the first one. Pop up into foul territory and just out of the reach of a trio of defenders charging to try to get to that pop-up. Ball chopped foul. And the count 0-2. Pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-2. One out of the bases empty as we play in the home half of the fourth from Holcomb Stadium in Mesa. It's an upper class division pool game in the 2015 Cactus Classic. And there's a line drive, and that's past Latherbeck and into right field for a hit. Base hit number 8 for Nutty Buddy Select. But they've left 5 runners on through the first 3 innings. Prescott Horn takes ball one. 1 on and 1 out. And trying to bunt. That's pushed over to the first base side. Foot race and able to get the tag. on a horn going by. Miller gets to second on the play, but Horn retired. And it turns the order over for Nutty Buddy Select, and the batter is Mitch Sullivan. Sullivan reached out an error in the first, struck out in the second, and he takes outside for ball one. Look back to second base, and the 1-0 pitch. The outside corner, a strike. It's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, shallow center. It carried a little bit better, but still playable out there, and the catch is made. And for the first time in the ball game, the Nutty Buddy Select squad not able to score. They get a one-out single here in the fourth inning, leave the runner at second, and after 4 innings of play, still lead 3-0. Anthony Chambly, the leadoff hitter for the 14ers in the top of the 5th inning, and he shortened a bunt, took the pitch high for a ball. Now the 1-0. Shows bunt again and takes low, 2-0. 14ers looking for base runners as we get later in the ball game. Top of the 5th inning, down 3-0. And Chambly takes outside, 3-0. Pitch over for a strike, 3-1. And the 3-1. Waved that and missed for a strike, 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch. Off the handle and fouled. Out of play. And that's punched down into right field, and a fair ball. Base hit number 3 on the day for the 14ers. And Chambly aboard to get things started in the 5th inning. The batter is Noah Lautherbeck. Lautherbeck's got one of the base hits. And a swing and a miss for a strike. Next one lowered away and a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. At the knees, a strike, and it's 1-2. One more game scheduled here at Holcomb Stadium for tonight. A 7:30 start time as that's fouled away. And here we are at 7:15, so we're about an hour and 10 minutes into this one, and still a ways to go playing in the top of the fifth. Runner going to take off after the ball is in the dirt, and the tag applied late. So a wild pitch puts Chambly in scoring position at second base, and the count 2-2 on Lautherbeck with Justin Lutz next. Pitches outside, and that runs the count full. Second hitter in a row with a full count. Check of the runner at second base in the pitch. And a fly ball into right field. The runner will tag from second. Here comes the throw. And the tag applied, but not in time. So Lautherbeck hit a fly ball deep enough to move the runner from second to third. And it'll bring up Justin Lutz. Three 0 score, top of the fifth inning. 14ers get their first base runner to third base. And with one out of the inning, got to find a way to get that runner in. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Lutz struck out swinging back in the third, one of 7 strikeouts for Alex Roth. Roth has also walked 3 and hit a batter. Here's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Ball fouled out of play on the first base side, and it's 1-2. And the set from Roth, and the 1-2 pitch. Another one fouled back. That one goes to the netting. Nutty Buddy getting a right-hander loose. Down in foul territory on the left side. There's a breaking ball that bounces in. Or not able to get it clean, but able to keep it close enough that the runner doesn't try to advance. Alex Farrell, the right-hander, starting to throw down that left field line. Here at Holcomb Stadium, the bullpens are actually, both bullpens are out past the right field fence. It's kind of that two-tiered bullpen setup. But Nutty Buddy select. Instead, just having a pitcher throw on flat ground over by their dugout, down past their dugout on the third base side. 3-0 score in the top of the fifth inning. Rocky Mountain 14ers trying to get their first run of the game home. And a ground ball over to first. Only play will be to first base. That'll get the run in. An RBI ground out off the bat of Justin Lutz on a 3-and assisted putout brings Chambly home from third base. 14ers on the board in the top of the fifth as they trail 3-1. And now Tate Hadinger will try to start it with 2 outs. Going after the first pitch, slow ground ball. Sullivan fields and throws to first base, and that's in time to end the inning, but the 14ers on the board. They get one in the top of the 5th, and after 4.5, trail 3-1. Two, 3, and 4 in the order for Nutty Buddy Select in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Nick Hamilton, bounced in there for ball 1. That pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch, a line drive into left field. And Nick Hamilton has his first hit of the day. Base hit number 9 in the game for Nutty Buddy Select. And it sets the table for Gabe Castillo and the rest of the order. Runner goes, the ball wide and all the way to the backstop, but that is a stolen base. And it's ball 1 to Gabe Castillo. Turn back and a throw to second, but the runner dives back. Castillo with a base hit in the first, a ground out in the third. Goes to 2-0 now as it popped out of the glove of the catcher, Zane Phelps. The 2-0 pitch. Low and away, 3-0. Our score in the bottom of the 5th inning, Upperclass Division Pool game in the 2015 Cactus Classic. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Castillo. He's on his way to first base. Two aboard with nobody out for the cleanup hitter, Rudy Mueller-Schrader. Mueller-Schrader with a single in the first, a double, and a run scored in the third. Showing bunt here, though, and takes ball 1. Showing bunt again and takes ball 2. Chandler, the right-hander, with a set. They'll look back to second. And the 2-0 pitch. Low and away, 3-0. That's 7 in a row out of the strike zone now from Dalton Chandler. Look back to second base, the 3-0 pitch. And that's high for ball 4. 8 in a row out of the strike zone, and that'll prompt a timeout from the first base dugout. We'll get a break in the action in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nutty Buddy select with the bases loaded and nobody out, leading 3-1. Reese D at the plate with the bases loaded, infield in for the 14ers, and D takes up and in for ball 1. Reese with an RBI in the first on a sac fly, and then an RBI single in the third. The 1-0 pitch. Fouls that one off, and it counts 1-1. Nutty Buddy select with single runs in the first, second, and third innings. And then the 14ers got their 1 run in the top of this 5th inning. The 1-1. Fouled off at the plate, and it's 1-2. Well, if you're the 14ers and Dalton Chandler ahead in the count here, looking for a strikeout and then a double play to get out of trouble. Just off the plate, 2-2. Chandler steps off. Chance for Nutty Buddy select to change the score here. The wind on the 2-2, and a breaking ball and a swing and a miss. So D strikes out. 4th strikeout for Dalton Chandler. And now he faces Braxton Bilbrey. Bilbrey called out on strikes in the first and then singled in the third. And he takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Fastball misses high, 1-1. Now, no bullpen activity for the Rocky Mountain 14ers. So either it's a long leash for Dalton Chandler or the reliever will come from somewhere on the field. Pitch fouled back out of play, and it's 1-2. As you can see, the middle infielders relax. They'll try to turn 2 up the middle. Corner's still up, though. They'll come home and then hope for a throw on to first base for a double play. Now 2-2, the count on Braxton Bilbrey. That's high for a ball, 3-2, and nowhere to put Bilbrey with the bases full and 1 out. Wind in the 3-2. Fly ball, shallow right. And it's caught. Runner will not tag. In fact, was not even back on the bag at third. Now Chandler an out away from pitching out of big trouble here. A base hit to start the inning, then back-to-back walks on 8 pitches. Low to the bases. But Chandler with a strikeout and now a fly ball to right field, and he's again 1 out away from getting through the 5th unscathed. He'll have to go through Alex Roth. Chandler into the wine, and the first pitch, a breaking ball over for a strike. Roth with a base hit back in the second inning. His courtesy runner Matt Lund scored, and then he struck out to end the third. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the fifth. Nutty Buddy Select leading 3-1. And a slow ground ball on the left side, bobbled, picked up and on to first, not in time. And that'll bring in a run for Nutty Buddy Select. Third baseman Lutz over to his left a couple of steps, but as soon as he bobbled, knew it was going to be trouble at first base. And so an E5 prolongs the inning. Nutty Buddy Select with a run to go up 4-1. A courtesy runner again at first base. This time it'll be Alex Farrell running for Roth. Bases remain loaded with 2 outs, but a run in now for Nutty Buddy Select. They get their 3-run cushion back. And a swing and a miss for a strike from a pinch hitter, and it's Matt Lund. The 1-strike pitch. Breaking ball over, but low, and they count 1-1. Chandler back to it. The 1-1 pitch is inside, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch on the way to Lund. That's low, 3-1. Again, you know that strike zone gets smaller if you're a pitcher out there with the bases loaded. You go to ball 3 and then got to figure out a way to get a couple over here. Chandler kicks the 3-1 pitch. That's a belly button high at best for a strike, and it's 3-2. So now the merry-go-round gets started with the bases full and 2 outs. Castillo at third, Mueller-Schrader at second, and Farrell running for Roth at first. The wind, the runners go, the 3-2, fouled back, and out of play. And we stay 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chandler back to it, another 3-2 with the runners going, and a slow ground ball up the middle. Only play is going to be to first base, and it is not in time, and that'll bring in 2 on the play. So Lund hustles down, and how about that? He's going to get a 2-run infield single. Castillo scores. Mueller-Schrader from second base scores. And then Farrell into second base for Roth, and again Lund aboard at first. So it's a 3-run 5th inning. He has 2 score on that play. It's now a 6-1 score. And the batter is Jacob Stockdale as he pinch hits. There's a ground ball picked up and no play. Chambly, the shortstop, ended up kind of circling around that ground ball. Once he got a hold of it, realized he didn't have a play at first base, so that reloads the bases for Nutty Buddy Select in the 5th. And the batter is Prescott Horn. Three straight reach to start the inning for Nutty Buddy Select. A single and back-to-back walks, a strikeout and a fly ball out. Made it look as though maybe they were going to get turned away, but an error brings in a run, and then a 2-run infield single. There's a line drive and just snared over there at first base. Lautherbeck just able to stretch out and bring that one in, and that will end the inning. But Nutty Buddy Select scores 3 times in the bottom of the 5th, and through 5, they lead 6-1. Caleb Hansen, the top of the order for Rocky Mountain 14ers in the top of the 6th inning. First one fouled straight back for a strike. New pitcher out there as Alex Farrell takes over for Alex Roth. Ball bounced in, and it's 1-1. So Roth goes 5 innings, allows 3 hits, just 1 run. Next pitch is high, 2 balls and a strike. Three walks, 1 hit batter for Roth, and he struck out 7. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-2. Hansen struck out in the first and walked in the third as he fouls that pitch out of play. And we stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, the complexion of the game changes so much with those 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th for Nutty Buddy Select. It was 3-1 going into the bottom of the 5th, but they've stretched it out here. But now they'll get a chance to work against the Nutty Buddy bullpen. Another 2-2 pitch. And called a ball, 3-2. And the pitch is outside, ball 4. That brings up Brody McGahee, who had a fly ball to right field in the first inning, and then he lined back to the starting pitcher Alex Roth to end the 3rd. Runner bluffs and does not go. And first one of McGahee misses for ball 1. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Nutty Buddy Select. 1 run, 3 hits, 3 errors for the Rocky Mountain 14ers. And a high chopper over to third. Only play will be to first base, and that's poured across the diamond in time. A 5-3 ground out. As Hansen goes to second base on the play, so he's in scoring position with 1 away for Kyle Duran. Gabe Castillo now in there defensively as he works behind the plate. Jacob Stockdale stays in the ballgame. He's now at second base. Matt Lund still in the ballgame, or stays in, and he's in right field. Duran going after the first one, fouls it off. Kyle grounded out to end the first inning, then he was hit by a pitch to start the 4th. The 1-strike pitch. And misses for a ball. Big lead out there. Particularly secondary lead from Caleb Hansen, almost as though he's trying to get a throw to second where he might try to then take off and advance to third base. We'll see what happens. Check back to second, the 1-1 pitch. And misses for a ball, 2-1. Now, tough for a relief pitcher. You come out and you want to get into a little bit of a rhythm, and instead the first base runner, first hitter reaches base, and then you're trying to pitch around all the distraction as well. The 2-1 pitch. High fly ball into left field. Miller Schrader there, and he's got it for out number 2. Two down for Zane Phelps. Phelps has struck out a couple of times. Not this time. He's got a fly ball into center field. Hamilton in and over to his left a few steps. And he puts it away. So Farrell walks the leadoff hitter, but then smoothly gets through the next 3 hitters, and Rocky Mountain 14ers do not score in the 6th after 5.5, still 6-1. Yeah, we're going to come back here as the game has been called, I guess, because of a time limit. And we end up playing in about an hour and 41 minutes. Maybe 42, I guess, by the time things were called. But that will end it here as the Nutty Buddy Select Squad beats the Rocky Mountain 14ers by a score of 6-1. Totals then on the ball game for the 14ers: 1 run, 3 hits, 3 errors, and 5 left on. For the Nutty Buddy Select Squad, they score 6 runs on 11 base hits, no errors, and 9 runners left on base. Alex Roth gets the win. Dalton Chandler takes the loss. And from a team standpoint then in pool play, Nutty Buddy Select finishes 3-0 in Pool E. They win the pool and will advance into the elimination bracket that will culminate in a championship game tomorrow night back here at Hohokam Stadium. Rocky Mountain 14ers fall to 2-1 in pool play, and I believe there are a couple of extra spots, and not just to the pool winners, so they may still have a chance to get in. It comes down to head-to-head and run differential and all that other stuff that tournaments come up with to figure out the teams, but we'll see if they get into the elimination bracket. But that will do it here in this Pool E pool game, as Nutty Buddy Select beats the Rocky Mountain 14ers by a final score of 6-1. And that will do it then from Hohokam Stadium in Mesa, Arizona. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. We hope to talk to you again soon.